1972. Château de Ferrières, just outside Paris. An invitation arrives, printed backwards, legible only in a mirror. This isn't just a party invitation. It's a summons to another reality. Tonight, we were not just attending the legendary Rothschild Surrealist Ball, we were going to deconstruct its most mind-bending feature. The Ferrières Mirror Maze. Was this just an elaborate party game for the world's elite? Or was it something more? A carefully engineered psychological ritual hidden in plain sight? Let's step back into the night of December 12th, 1972. The chateau itself is bathed in an eerie orange glow, mimicking a building on fire. Guests, including Salvador Dalí and Audrey Hepburn, arrive in their most bizarre and dreamlike attire. But the real disorientation begins once they step inside. They are guided into a dark, web-like labyrinth, a prelude to the main event. Before they can reach the grand ballroom, they must first navigate the infamous Mirror Maze. The Château de Ferrières, built by Baron James de Rothschild, was already an architectural marvel. Its designer, Joseph Paxton, the same genius behind London's Crystal Palace, was a master of glass and steel. But for this one night, the chateau's existing structure was augmented, transformed into a psychological gauntlet. The goal wasn't just to get lost, it was to lose your sense of self. Let's break down the engineering. Traditional mirror mazes use a simple grid pattern. You have corridors, you have reflections, and you can usually solve it by keeping one hand on a wall. But the Rothschild maze was different. Eyewitness accounts and architectural analysis suggest it was built on a principle of non-Euclidean geometry. The angles were deliberately non-standard, not just 90 degrees. Imagine walking down a corridor that seems straight, but the subtle angling of the mirrors makes you unknowingly walk in a slow, disorienting circle. The builders, masters of their craft, manipulated two key elements, light and glass. First, the glass. These weren't just standard mirrors. They likely used a combination of flawless, high-clarity mirrors, one-way mirrors, and strategically distressed or warped glass. Flawless mirrors created perfect, seamless reflections, making it impossible to distinguish between a real opening and a reflected one. You'd see a long, inviting hallway stretching before you, only to walk straight into a solid wall of glass. Your brain's spatial processing is immediately thrown into chaos. Then, there were the one-way mirrors. Imagine seeing your own reflection, but also faintly seeing other guests moving behind you, like ghostly apparitions. This creates a profound sense of being watched, blurring the line between observer and observed. Add to this the warped glass. Placed at key junctions, these mirrors would distort your reflection, elongating your limbs, twisting your face like a living surrealist painting. You look at your reflection, and the person looking back isn't quite you. This subtle but constant distortion chips away at your sense of identity. Now, let's talk about light. The lighting wasn't uniform, it was dynamic and theatrical. The maze was likely lit with a combination of flickering candlelight and carefully placed spotlights. The flickering light would make reflections shimmer and move, creating the illusion of movement where there was none. A shadow in your peripheral vision could be another guest, or just your own distorted reflection dancing in the candlelight. Spotlights, probably colored gels, would create pools of intense color, a sudden wash of deep red or unsettling blue further, fragmenting the space and heightening the emotional response. The constant shifts in light and shadow would prevent your eyes from ever fully adjusting, keeping you in a state of perpetual alert and confusion. The sounds, too, were part of the design. The acoustics of a mirror maze are bizarre. Sound bounces off the hard glass surfaces in unpredictable ways. A whisper could sound like it's right next to you, while a shout from a few feet away might seem distant and muffled. The organizers likely amplified this with a curated soundscape, strange music, disembodied whispers or unsettling ambient noises, all piped into the labyrinth. You're trying to navigate using your eyes, but your ears are giving you conflicting information. Your senses are at war with each other. So how did the master builders achieve this? It wasn't magic. It was meticulous planning. They would have started with a blueprint that looked more like a complex circuit board than a floor plan. Every mirror angle, every light source, every potential sightline would have been calculated. They would have used scale models to test the effects of light and reflection before installing a single pane of glass. These weren't just construction workers. They were artisans and engineers, experts in optics and human perception. They knew exactly how to exploit the brain's reliance on visual cues to construct a convincing reality. By systematically breaking those cues, they could deconstruct a person's reality as well. This brings us to the big question: why go to all this trouble? Was this just the ultimate party trick? An extravagant display of wealth and avant-garde taste? On one level, yes. The Surrealist movement was all about exploring the subconscious, dreams, and the rationality. The maze was a physical manifestation of these ideas, a living, walkable Surrealist experience. It was the perfect, immersive appetizer for a night dedicated to the bizarre. But could there be a deeper layer? Some have theorized that the event was more than just a party. It was a ritual. The maze served as a rite of passage. To enter the main event, guests had to first shed their public personas, their sense of order, their very identity, within this disorienting labyrinth. The experience was designed to break down psychological barriers. By overloading their senses and fracturing their perception of reality, the maze made the guests more suggestible, more open, more disconnected from the mundane world they left outside the chateau's gates. Think about it from a psychological perspective. When you're lost and confused, your rational mind takes a back seat. You become more primal, more reliant on instinct. The carefully constructed social masks we all wear begin to slip. In this vulnerable state, you and the other survivors who emerge from the maze share a unique bonding experience. You've all navigated the same psychological gauntlet. This shared journey would create an immediate sense of camaraderie and exclusivity among the elite guests who made it through. The architecture itself becomes a tool for social engineering. The maze acts as a filter, a symbolic journey from the ordered, rational world into the chaotic, dreamlike world of the Surrealist elite. You don't just walk into the party. You earn your way in by conquering a piece of fractured reality. This architectural anomaly wasn't just a backdrop. It was an active participant in the night's events, deliberately manipulating the minds of its occupants. The 1972 Rothschild Surrealist Ball has become the stuff of legend, shrouded in mystery and conspiracy theories. But when we deconstruct the engineering of its centerpiece, the Mirror Maze, we see something more fascinating than any conspiracy. We see a masterful application of architectural and psychological principles, a testament to how physical space can be weaponized to alter human consciousness. The Ferrières Mirror Maze was a temporary masterpiece of engineering, designed to fracture reality for a single, unforgettable night. It challenged the senses, blurred the lines between self and other, and served as a gateway to a world governed by dreams and desire. Was it a party trick or a psychological ritual? The truth, like the reflections in the maze itself, is that it was likely both. A fleeting, brilliant fusion of art, architecture, and psychological manipulation that remains one of the most fascinating footnotes in French history. The builders didn't just construct the maze. They constructed an experience, an illusion that has captivated us for decades. What do you think? Was this all an elaborate game, or was there a more profound purpose behind this incredible feat of engineering? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for diving into this piece of history with me. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world's most fascinating mysteries. See you next time.